Hello, everyone. Still dark outside. Went outside. It's cool. It's, let's see, the third week in August, and it's cool out there. That's interesting. A cool morning. We haven't had really a cool morning in a long time. But anyway, so my garden out there is exploding. We've had some pomegranates, not pomegranates, but pomegranates. They're small little melons, yes, like mountain melons, yeah, and like sounded when I read up on it, it's a very old heirloom melon, yes, uh, and local. Oh, anyway, but I've got butternut squash and I've got loofahs and didn't really expect the amount and size because I've had them in pots. I grow them in pots and but very surprised on how much I'm getting. And so it's all exploding out there and it's just a vegetable fest. Wonderful, right? Yes. So so one good thing, and I hope, and I've talked about it before, talk is cheap, right? Yes? Okay, that's a great idea. Now let me see it in action. And that is that our President Trump has put in a bill, something, that seniors won't have, people who are retired, senior age, won't have to pay property taxes if they have paid their home off. Yes, and it's a good start. Some people still not. Yeah, yes, start with that. That's great. Just let's get this going in a good direction, because I always felt that what a scam. Right? Buy your home, and you even have the money to, like we did. We basically came here with a lot of money that we got from selling the house in California, which is an amazing story. Yeah, maybe I'll tell it again sometime. Sure enough, I've already told the story once or twice back in all my thousand videos. But it's a great story and a great testament to a life of faith as well, I believe. Yes, and then on how we take responsibility, we do our part, and then how spirit world and our heavenly parent can work together with us to make things happen. Yes, it is, believe it or not. It's been my life all like that. It's been all like that all my life. There you go, I got it right. And I always thought it was such a scam, though, to have to pay property taxes on something that you bought, own, and yet here you are still paying. And when you get old, well, as long as you're working, as I said, I am not someone that says, "Oh, no taxes, this or that, da da da," because as I said, if our government were a true government, which with what I mean with that is that all the money that they're getting from their people, their nation, and would appropriate it appropriately, right, and just and right, yes, you know what I mean. Embezzlement, oh my gosh, it's like people do that as they eat at the table, right? Yes, bribes, that's a horrible thing. Yes, that's a lot of other stuff, just pocketing the money. Yes, pretend you're doing a project and then no, we don't. But we already made the money is already for that. So even if we're not doing it, we'll just pocket it ourselves, right? Yes, we all know what's going on. And then all the expenditures, on big dinners and a lot of other stuff that I think that one shouldn't use the people's money for it. Yes, okay, just saying. So, but I'm not against taxes at all. But I do believe that because that's contributing to the whole. And one thing that people seem to forget, yes, is that look at other nations around the world on how terrible the people live. And here we are, you know, every time I turn on the faucet, and here comes the water. You know, someone's making this possible, right? Yes, it's a collective uh, fortune. It's a collective. How to say it? Where people are working together to make that happen for basically every household in the United States, right? Electricity, the same thing. The internet, the same thing. There's always food in our stores. That gets a little more expensive here and there, but look at the waste. Look at the waste of food. Even people who are poor are wasting food in this country. I'm just saying, yes? So, but when you get older and you retire, not everyone retires with a big fat check. And property taxes can't be a burden. And elderly people have lost their homes, been taken their homes, put them in a nursing home, they lose their homes. And that's just, again, that's just a sequence thing, right? Where the bills and everything, this and that, for the home that they had built themselves, paid off. There are elderly in our country that are losing their homes because they can't pay the property tax. And if you don't pay your property tax for so many years, guess what? Yeah, that's very sad. So, I think that what he's proposing, and I'm hoping it's not just talk, will go through. And when you have retired at the appropriate age, you know, that retirement is, whatever, and become an elderly, and you own your own home, that you won't have to pay property taxes anymore. I think that is the right thing to do. Yes? Okay. Anywho, so, and then maybe it goes from there that anyone that has paid off their home does not have to pay property taxes anymore. Right? Yes? Then maybe eventually, again, I think that our government's making plenty of taxes off the people. That property tax shouldn't be anymore. And if they tighten their belt and get rid of all the scammers and the thieves in the government when it comes to money, then hopefully down the future, no one will have to pay property taxes anymore. Buy your home, you own your home, even if you have a mortgage, it should be yours. Yes? It's the same with cars, right? Okay. But if I had to choose one, I'd say I'll pay the taxes on my car. Right? Again. So, okay, I don't have a car anymore. I don't have a car insurance anymore. I don't have a license anymore. I have my elderly ID now. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so loved that, loved seeing that, and I hope that that will go through. I think that would just be the right thing to do, right? Yes? Okay. All right, so we are in the book of Ezekiel 36, prophecy about the mountains of Israel. I've no idea what kind of prophecy there could be about the mountains of Israel. They're mountains. What could there be about mountains that you have to make a prophecy about? Right? Right here, already the title. Kind of going, what? 36, Son of Man, prophesy to the mountains of Israel. Oh, I bet they were listening. I'm sorry. I can't help it. Okay? I mean, it's like, who are you trying to fool? All right, and surely, again, then I also have to say this didn't come from God. Say, mountains of Israel, hear the word of Yahweh. The Lord Yahweh says this, since the enemy has gloated over you by saying, aha, these eternal heights are owned by us now. Very well, prophesy. Say, the Lord Yahweh says this, since you have been, okay, repetition, this is just like, ugh. Since you have been ravaged and seized on from all sides, and have become the property of the rest of the nations. Wow, and I talked about property tax. Well, and become the subject of people's talk and gossip. Very well, mountains of Israel, hear the word of the Lord Yahweh. Okay. The Lord, let's see if we're getting it now. The Lord Yahweh says, all right, I got it. This is to the mountains and hills, to the ravines and valleys, all right, to the devastated ruins and abandoned cities which have been put to the sack and have become a laughingstock to the rest of the nations all around. All right, very well. The Lord Yahweh says this. Aha, here we go. We're halfway through it. We're gonna get to it. I swear, I can't help. I swear it in the heat of my jealousy. I am speaking to the rest of the nations and to the whole of Edom, who so exultantly and contemptuously took possession of my country to despoil its pasture land. All right, so we still don't really know what's coming, right? Yes, have you noticed that? All right. Because of this, prophesy about the land of Israel. Yes, we know that's going to happen. Say to the mountains and hills. We know it, we already got that too. To the ravines and valleys. Again, the Lord Yahweh says this. Yes, I am speaking in my jealousy and rage. We got that beforehand. I got it. All right. Because you are enduring the insults of the nations. Very well. The Lord Yahweh says this. I raise my hand and I swear that the nations all around you shall have their own insults to bear. Mountains of Israel, you will grow branches and bear fruit for my people Israel, who will soon return. Yes, I am coming to you. I shall turn to you. You will be tilled and sown. I shall increase your population, the whole house of Israel, yes, all. The cities will be inhabited and the ruins rebuilt. I shall increase your population, both human and animal. They will be fertile and reproduce. I shall repopulate you as you were before. I shall make you more prosperous than you were before, and you will know that I am Yahweh. Alrighty then. Thanks to me, men will tread your soil again, my people Israel. They will own you, and you will be their heritage. Okay, if you guys noticed that, again, this is like, oh, this is a long one. We better keep going. I don't need to talk anymore. We've already read all this to start with, okay? And again, their God, I have to say it like that. Their God, I don't know who that God is, who that Yahweh is, but it's definitely not our heavenly parent. Because it goes from absolute destruction, you're going to be destroyed by other nations. Then supposedly God is getting all enraged and jealous because now these other people come and take over Israel. Well, that's kind of the natural sequence of things when you're being attacked by other people, which God sanctioned, according to the videos that I made before and read the passages before. Yet here again, it's like, oh, I'm going to bring my people back. Seriously? Anybody want to really truly believe that Yahweh, our God, is that flip-floppy? Who's flip-floppy? Who's the flip-flopper? It's us, isn't it? There's no way God would be like that. It's just not possible. Not according to my experiences, anyway. Others may have different ones. The Lord Yahweh says this. Oh, and never again will you rob them of their children. The Lord okay, you know what? Let's just read. The Lord Yahweh says this. Since people have said of you, you are a man-eater, you have robbed your nation of its children. Very well, you will eat no more men, never rob your nation of its children again, declares the Lord Yahweh. I shall never again let you hear the insults of the nations. You will never again have to bear the taunts of the peoples. You will never again rob the nation of its children, declares the Lord Yahweh. Well, we know better than that. World War II was no picnic for Israel. The word of Yahweh was addressed to me as follows. Son of man, the members of the house of Israel used to live in their own territory, but they defiled it by their conduct and actions. To me, their conduct was as unclean as a woman's menstruation. Why is a woman's menstruation unclean? God designed women the way He designed them. He created them the way He did. You want to take it up with God then? And God supposedly would say something like that? Huh? Oh, there's a few days of the month. You can't have it? Oh my gosh. And that makes us unclean? You know, the BS that women had to listen to from men over thousands of years, the men should be ashamed of themselves, okay? Or anyone that wants to believe this. Oh, but God said nothing like that. Why would He create us the way we are and then we're automatically unclean? There's something unclean about us. Well, then we were designed faulty then. How could we be created then in the image of God if we're so unclean? That means God's unclean too, right? Yeah. Well, I'm just saying. This is nonsense. Yeah, you got me right there. I'd vented my fury on them because of the blood they shed in the country and the foul idols with which they defiled it. I scattered them among the nations, and they were dispersed throughout the countries. I sentenced them as their conduct and actions deserved. They have profaned my holy name among the nations, where they have gone, so that people say of them, These are the people of Yahweh. They have been exiled from His land. But I have been concerned about my holy name, which the house of Israel has profaned among the nations where they have gone. God would be concerned about His holy name. Have pride in yourself, but what does that sound again like? Huh? How are they making God sound like in here? I'm reading this for the reputation of God, our Heavenly Parent. Yes? And, and so, say to the house of Israel, the Lord Yahweh says this, I am acting not for your sake, house of Israel, but for the sake of my holy name. Oh, yeah. Which you have profaned among the nations where you have gone. I read this twice. It is in here twice, just like that. I am going to display the holiness of my great name, which has been profaned among the nations, which you have profaned among them. And the nations will know that I am Yahweh, declares the Lord Yahweh, when in you I display my holiness before their eyes. For I shall take you from among the nations, and gather you back from all the countries, and bring you home to your own country. Now some people may say, well, God has the right to defend His name, or whatever. Yeah. But the thing is, I'm doing that. God doesn't need to do that. I'm doing that. I'm defending His name, but in the right way. And proof of what I say, when I says God would never express Himself like this, okay, or herself like this, is read up on the life of Jesus. That was the true Son of our Heavenly Parent. Yes? Just saying. The true Adam. And how did He behave? What did He say? I'm the King of Kings. He never said that, by the way. Who said that? Who said that about Jesus? If you read the New Testament and you really try to get into the connect to the heart of Jesus, Jesus was the most humble person, most forgiving, most humble, yes? And really, when it comes down to it, never set Himself above anybody else. That's the example that we have. So Jesus is better than God? Just saying. Well, some people think that Jesus is God. That's, hey, why? All right. And so say to the house of Israel, the Lord Yahweh says this, I am acting not for your sake, house of Israel, but for the sake of my holy name, which you have profaned among the nations where you have gone. I am going to display the holiness of my great name, which has been profaned among the nations, which you have profaned among them. And the nations will know that I am Yahweh, declares the Lord Yahweh, when in you I display my holiness before their eyes. For I shall take you from among the nations and gather you back from all the countries and bring you home to your own country. I shall pour clean water over you, and you will be cleansed. I shall cleanse you of all your filth and of all your foul idols. I wonder how God was going to do that. Well, this is just all wishful thinking of Ezekiel. I shall give you a new heart and put a new spirit in you. I shall remove the heart of stone from your bodies and give you a heart of flesh instead. I shall put my spirit in you and make you keep my laws and respect and practice my judgments. You shall live in the country which I gave your ancestors. You will be my people, and I shall be your God. I shall save you from everything that defiles you. I shall summon the wheat and make it plentiful, and impose no more famines on you. I shall increase the yield of tree and field, so that you will never again bear the ignominy of famine among the nations. Then you will remember your evil conduct and actions. You will loathe yourselves for your guilt and your loathsome practices. Okay, I do hear restoration out of this, right? Yes, but one has to understand that properly. I assure you that I am not doing this for your sake, declares the Lord Yahweh. Be ashamed and blush for your conduct, house of Israel. The Lord Yahweh says this: on the day I cleanse you from all your guilt, I shall repopulate the cities and cause the ruins to be rebuilt. Wasteland, once desolate for every passerby to see, will now be farmed again. And people will say, this land, so recently a waste, is now like a garden of Eden, and the ruined cities, once abandoned and leveled on the ground, are now strongholds with people living in them. And the nations left round you will know that I, Yahweh, have rebuilt what was leveled and replanted what was ruined. I, Yahweh, have spoken and shall do it. The Lord Yahweh says this: as I further mark of favor, I shall let myself be consulted by the house of Israel. I shall increase their numbers like a human flock, like a flock of sacrificial animals, like the flock in Jerusalem on her solemn feasts. So your ruined cities will be filled with human flocks, and they will know that I am Yahweh. While I was reading this, I did hear a message out of it. And one has to be able to read between the lines. Yes? Yeah. Very interesting. This is actually was that one last part here. Very interesting. If one disregards the flip-floppy stuff, and on how, in a way, Ezekiel God's not going to do all this. The people are going to have to be a part of it. Yes? They have to take responsibility. Only then is it going to work. But sounds like that God had lots of faith in his children. Yes? Still does, for that matter. All right. I want to finish this on a good note, right? Okay, that's it. That's it for today. I'm not going to talk anymore. This is long enough. Again, this was a long one, 36. So, may Heavenly Parent bless, protect you, guide you, embrace you with love. Eldridge, my dearest brother in faith, I love you. Let's keep praying, and I will talk to you